Let's tie it all together. Welcome to the fourth and final course in your Certified Christian Life Coaching Program. And you're almost there, and yet this is just the beginning of a lifetime of learning and growth. At Christian Chaplains and Coaching, we use the action, reflection, action method of learning. This approach emphasizes that you gain information, you practice new skills, reflect on the experience, identify areas for improvement, and then apply what you've learned again, over and over. An ongoing cycle of action and reflection. It will drive meaningful progress in your life and your ministry and your leadership and coaching. We believe it's essential to life coaching and chaplaincy and mentoring and discipleship. As you grow, you'll be equipped to guide others through your coaching and mentoring ministry. So this first lecture will lay out our expectations for you as you move forward. The tools and the concepts that have been introduced in this course will serve you for the rest of your life if you use them, helping you to continually become the person God created you to be. Obtaining that CCLC credential is not the end of the program, it's just the beginning. And never forget that if you're still breathing, you're not done yet. Remember, you are your most important client. Your goals and aspirations defined by your vision and mission statements represent the future that you are striving for. Staying aligned with these targets is essential for your own growth and effectiveness as a coach. In the first 3 courses, you explored some key foundational concepts, like journaling. You spent time weekly reflecting on assessments, developing greater self-awareness. This reflection aimed to help you identify areas of personal growth, recognize character flaws, clarify your motivations, and assess your relationship with God. And in this final course, you're going to continue journaling, focusing on the leadership styles assessment. And we hope the practice becomes a lifelong habit. You also discovered a vision statement, and here you reflected on the future you most desire. We encouraged you to imagine your own funeral and think about what you would like others to say about you, setting the course to become that person, to write a 10-year letter, envisioning who you want to be and what you hope to accomplish, say, a decade from now, to develop a brief vision statement that summarizes what you aspire to become. For instance, our vision is simply to restore chaplaincy and coaching to Christianity. Now, we also talked about mission statement. Your mission statement outlines your strategic plan that will guide you forward toward your vision, involving several important components, which include a business plan for your coaching approach, whether you plan to volunteer, mentor, disciple, or work professionally. Defining your needs, your education, your team, and your structure is crucial. A client intake form also that will help you get to know your client before you begin any coaching. And a client agreement that establishes boundaries, describes the scope of your coaching and your fee, if any, along with setting clear expectations. We talked about quarterly SMART goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-sensitive. Achieving balance by setting goals across personal, family, spiritual, and career goals that will drive progress. We talked about habit formation, aligned with your purpose, effective time and task management in a system that works for you, and it will support continuous targeted progress. We talked about having a slogan in present tense that describes your mission statement in a sentence. For example, ours is make a friend, be a friend, and draw our friend to Christ. Now, we also talked about self-awareness. This section covered 4 assessments with a 5th to be introduced in this final course. Remember, the DISC for Christians helps you and your clients understand behavioral patterns. As Christians, we aim to align our character with biblical values, transforming unhealthy character traits into Christ-centered ones. It starts with understanding why we act the way we do. And that Strengths Finder 2.0 reveals the natural strengths that God has instilled in us, helping us to learn and to lean into our strengths as we pursue our vision. This assessment is useful for both Christian and non-Christian alike. The spiritual gifts assessment was meant for born-again believers, and that sheds light on the ways God equips us for His work, aligning with our temperament, strengths, and core values. It helps us understand what God is equipping us to do. Our core values, that aids in clarifying why we do the things we do and guides us in building effective teams with people who have shared values. Now, the leadership styles is going to focus what we'll focus on in this course. It will help you recognize your leadership preferences and develop the flexibility to adapt to the needs of those you serve, embodying servant leadership as expected in Scripture. The course is going to bring all of these concepts together. These key concepts have been discussed and practiced and reflected upon over the past several months. But now it's time to integrate them into your own cohesive life plan. We'll introduce you to the Michael Hyatt's Full Focus Planner, a valuable tool for establishing daily, weekly, quarterly, and yearly habits that guide you toward your long-term goals. This planner aligns really well with everything that you've learned in this program. Now, if you already have a planning system that works, like a Franklin planner or a customized approach, either digital or paper, feel free to continue using it. As the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, you may still want to give the Full Focus Planner a try, as it's an excellent resource for those who desire steady progress. Now, this course and the Capstone Project is laid out differently than the previous 3. We will provide lectures for all 12 weeks in this one. We will guide you through the remaining chapters of Christian Coaching by Gary Collins, and we will study through the Lead Like Jesus Revisited by Ken Blanchard and colleagues. Your Capstone Project is your 10-year life plan. That will encapsulate much of the work that you've already done up to this point, but in a single document. Of course, you also need your business plan, your client agreements, and your client questionnaires, which is now up to you to finalize on your own. Your 10-year life plan is designed to be a lifelong resource, guiding you as you cultivate the habits that bring you closer to your vision and your purpose, ultimately becoming the person and the servant leader that God intends for you to become. Welcome to the final installment of your journey in Certified Christian Life Coaching. We hope that your goals will go from smart to smarter as we add the E and R, which stands for exciting and risky. After all, forward movement for God requires that you be energized when working toward it and taking risk that forces you to trust Him. Are you ready? Let's begin.